The popular TV show was on air for 4 years between 1970 and 1974. It was about a mother who had lost her husband and raised her 5 children all by herself. The family traveled across the United States as a musical group, and they had many adventures along the way. The show was a big hit and helped launch the careers of child actors like David Cassidy, Danny Bonaduce, and Susan Dey. Even though the actors had many successes in their careers, they also faced some tough personal challenges. Let's take a look back at the cast of this beloved sitcom, almost 54 years since it first premiered. Number 10. David Cassidy, 1950 to 2017. David Cassidy played Keith Partridge on The Partridge Family, and in 1970 he was 20 at that time. He was a talented singer and became the lead singer in the show's studio ensemble. Only he and Shirley Jones, who played his mother on the show, appeared on any of the recordings. The show was very popular and made around $500 million. David was initially paid $600 per week, but he became so famous that he could earn as much as $50,000 per concert. He was the highest paid live entertainer in the world at that time. His official fan club was also the largest in pop history, even bigger than Elvis Presley and the Beatles. David was born on April 12, 1950, and he passed away at the age of 67 on November 21, 2017, because of liver failure. According to his daughter, Katie Cassidy, his final words were, "So much wasted time." Now let's shift our focus to another key member, Susan Dey, who portrayed Laurie Partridge. Number 9. Susan Dey, 71 years old. Susan Halleck Dey gained popularity after playing the character of Laurie Partridge. She was just 17 when she got the role, and interestingly, she had no prior acting experience. Although the cast members have reunited on multiple occasions, Susan has consistently refused to join them. During the show's production, Susan developed romantic feelings for her co-star David Cassidy, and they eventually started dating once the show ended. Unfortunately, their relationship didn't last long, as David did not share the same feelings. Susan's first movie role was in the 1972 film Skyjacked. She also starred in a made-for-television movie titled Mary Jane Harper Cried Last Night in 1977, where she portrayed a young mother with psychological problems. Susan, who was born on December 10, 1952, is now a retired actress and lives in upstate New York. As we bid farewell to Susan Dey's time, let's journey onward to explore the lives of more cast members who left their mark on television history. Number 8. Danny Bonaduce, 64 years old. He grew famous as a child actor in the 1970s, at the young age of 11 by playing the role of Danny Partridge, the middle son of a family band, and was loved by many. However, his fame and success came with a price. Danny's family life was already difficult, and his success only made things worse. To help him escape from the negative environment at home, Shirley Jones, who played his TV mom, and other cast members would take him under their wings for weekends. Susan Dey and David Cassidy treated him like their little brother, while Dave Madden was like a father figure, teaching him things like card games and driving a car. Born on August 13, 1959, and went to high school with Michael Jackson and Christian Brando. In June 2023, at the age of 64, Danny announced that he would be undergoing surgery to treat hydrocephalus, a condition that caused difficulty in walking and maintaining balance. Now, let's turn our attention to another integral member, Shirley Jones, who brought the character of Shirley Partridge to life. Number 7. Shirley Jones, 89 years old. Jones was selected as the first choice by producers to audition for the lead role of Shirley Partridge when she was 36 years old. In the TV series, she had to drive the family's bus, which had a stick-shift transmission with the gear shift on the floor. However, she only knew how to drive an automatic car, so she had to learn how to drive a stick shift. Though she did her best, she never got the hang of it, which made for a nerve-wracking experience for her co-stars who had to be on the bus when she was driving. She remained good friends with David Cassidy before, during, and after the show. David Cassidy once admitted that he had a crush on her. She was born on March 31st, 1934, and is now 89 years old. Number 6. Suzanne Crof, 1963 to 2015. Suzanne J. Crof was a famous child actress who played the role of Tracy Partridge. She started playing the role at the age of 7 and continued for 4 years. Born on March 6, 1963, she was paid a total of $76,800 for her work on the show. In her later life, she graduated from Los Angeles Pierce College and owned and operated a bookstore until 1993. She married William Condrey in July 1985 and had 2 daughters. Sadly, Suzanne passed away on April 27, 2015, at the age of 52. She was sitting at her dining table in her home in Laughlin, Nevada, when she had a medical episode that led to her passing. The exact cause of her death was not immediately reported, but the police confirmed that it was not suspicious. Number 5. Jeremy Gelbwax, 62 years old. Do you know that Gelbwax was the first actor to play the role of Chris Partridge? He was only 10 years old at that time. However, he left the show after the first season and was replaced by another actor named Brian Forster. In 1971, it was officially announced that Gelbwax left the show because his father's job was transferred to West Virginia. But later, in a 2005 interview, Shirley Jones mentioned that Gelbwax was not happy doing it and his parents wanted him to do it. After leaving the show, Gelbwax retired from acting and his family moved from California to Reston, Virginia, later to Connecticut, and then to Potsdam, New York. Now he is 62 years old and has been living in New Orleans with his wife, Patricia Polander. He works as a business and technology planner. As we reflect on Jeremy Gelbwax's time, let's continue uncovering the stories of the Partridge family's cast members who shaped television history. Number 4. Dave Madden, 1931 to 2014. Born on December 17, 1931, David Joseph Madden, a Canadian-born American actor, became famous for his role as Reuben Kincaid at the age of 39, the manager of a music group. He married twice and had 2 children. During his time on the show, he developed a passion for photography and would take pictures of his colleagues and guest stars. He continued this hobby throughout his life. Madden passed away in Florida in 2014 at the age of 82. On the same day, on January 16, 2014, 2 other notable actors, Russell Johnson and Ruth Ducini, also passed away. Now let's shift our focus to another pivotal member who stepped into the second role of Chris Partridge. Number 3. Brian Forster, 63 years old. Brian Forster was born in Los Angeles, California. He came from a family of actors, and his mom got him into acting for commercials to earn money for college. Brian was only 7 when he did his first commercial for Texaco. In 1970, when Jeremy Gelbwax left the popular TV show, they asked Brian to replace him. He went to only 1 interview and got the job. Born on April 14, 1960, Brian was 10 years old when he became the second actor to play the role of Chris Partridge. Many drummers have told him that they were inspired to take up playing drums by his The Partridge Family character, Chris. However, Brian admitted that he never actually learned how to play the drums, but only faked it for the cameras. As of November 2017, the 63-year-old former child actor was living in Northern California. Number 2. Rick Seagull, 54 years old. Rick Seagull is a famous actor who became well known around the world when he was just 4 years old for his role as Little Ricky. March 10, 1969, he also worked as a host for the American Music Awards in 1974 with other famous personalities like Donny Osmond, Michael Jackson, and Rodney Allen Rippey. Rick appeared in several movies, including The Last Married Couple in America and Oh God, Book 2. He was also an executive producer for a movie called Selected in 2015. Rick is 54 years old now and has a very successful YouTube channel called Our Stupid Reactions, which has over 1 million subscribers and nearly 1 billion views. He was married to Andrea Seagull and they have 3 children together, but unfortunately, they got divorced. As we wrap up our exploration of the Partridge family cast members, let's celebrate the enduring impact of this iconic show and the incredible journeys of its talented stars. Number 1. Ray Bulger, 1904 to 1987. Ray Bulger, born on January 10, 1904, was a talented American entertainer known for his acting, dancing, and singing skills. He made his mark in the world of entertainment during the silent film era and later transitioned to musical theater. One of his most iconic roles was as the Scarecrow in The Wizard of Oz, 1939, which propelled him to fame. Despite the success of the film, Bulger's contract with MGM ended, leading him to pursue opportunities on Broadway and eventually television. He starred in his sitcom, Where's Raymond, 1953, which later became The Ray Bulger Show. In the 1970s, when he was 66 years old, he acted in The Partridge Family. In the show, he played the role of Fred Renfrew, who was Shirley Partridge's father. Bulger's warmth and kindness were evident off-screen as well, as he formed close bonds with his co-stars. One day, his co-star, a little girl Suzanne Crof, told him that she didn't have any grandfathers. So, he told her that he would be her grandfather. After that day, they kept in touch and were good friends until he passed away. Bulger passed away from bladder cancer on January 15, 1987, at the age of 83, leaving behind a legacy of talent and goodwill. Thanks for joining us on this nostalgic trip down memory lane.